acknowledgement. Armbrae Academy is located on the unceded and ancestral land of the Mi'kmaq First Nations people. Mi'kmaq is still home to many Mi'kmaq peoples, the original caretakers of this land. We are all treaty peoples. We also recognize that African Nova Scotians are distinct people whose histories, legacies, and contributions have enriched that part of Mi'kmaq known as Nova Scotia for over 400 years. All right, now we're going to make our senior announcements.
All right, tonight's a special night where we honor grade 12, Amaya Tolliver. We ask for Amaya to come forward for the ceremony. Amaya, we're going to embarrass you a little bit. Stand up here. Here we go. Armbrae Academy. There you are. And we're going to call head coach Chelsea Slaughter Wright. There's a few touching notes, speech.
Well, I won't get into anything too touching because then I'll cry. We don't need that. But I will say we're so lucky to have guys with me for years. I can't take all the credit, but I've been here for years. So the growth that I've seen from you is outstanding. The leadership, not just verbally, but the way that you lead through your actions is something that I know each one of these girls and the girls that are already left will remember and will take on with that. So, we're sad to lose you, but I'm very excited to see what you have for the next chapter. We're almost done this season, but you have so much more to come. So wherever you choose to go, we're going to be so lucky to have you. And then, parents, if you guys want to come out to the center, we'll get a picture with you and Amaya and all their stuff.
One more round of applause for Amaya Tolliver. Awesome. Without further ado, let's get this matchup going. Your starting lineups for the visiting team, the Lockview Dragons. Number 2, Emily Brown. Number 3, Isabel Wells. Number 5, grade 12 senior, Brooke Stanford. Number 11, senior spectacular, Maddie Phillips. Number 3, Janea Downey. Number 4, Mariah Chris. Number 6, Natalia Colley. Number 8, Peyton Phillips. And number 10, Amaya Tucker. Without further ado, let's play ball.
Okay, here we are. Welcome to the Armbrae Academy home court, where the Ospreys are playing, I believe, their final home game of the year prior to playoffs. The matchup is against Lockview. The starters have just been announced. For Lockview, we have grade 11, Emily Ralph and Isabel Ralph. I believe they may be twin sisters. Seniors, Brooke Sanford, number 5, and Maddie Phillips, number 11. And then a grade 11, Avery McFarland, number 15. For the Osprey, we have Janea Downey, Mariah Dix, Natalia Colley, Peyton Phillips, and Amaya Tolliver. And I'm now joined by your play-by-play guy who was just involved with the senior honoring of Amaya Tolliver, who is the only senior on the Osprey team.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, for Metro High School Girls Senior Div 1 basketball action. Dragons versus your Ospreys, and a senior night, Amaya Tolliver right on cue with the block. Bev, great to be here. Let's get to the action.
There you go. There you go. I'm interested in seeing this Lockview team, JT, because they have played. They've won one game, but they've competed consistently with some of the best teams in the Metro League.
That they have, Bev. Yeah, they entered into the Tier 1 division, and they've definitely shown that they belong. They got some good young talent. Only 2 seniors is again on cue, number 11 with the rebound there.
And Janea Downey got us opened up with a layup down at the other end while I was waxing ineloquently.
Yes. Tolliver up at the top to Phillips. Little pin down for Dix. Going ball screen. Stops and pops for 3 off the front rim. And
Yeah.
Isabel Ralph with the rebound.
Inadvertent, but this one, trips they're almost never attempted by players, but when they happen, the referees unfortunately have to call them because they put the opponent at a disadvantage.
Avery McFarland, number 15. She's one to watch here, Bev. Very, very quick. Got a chance to see her at the Nova Scotia Canada Games tryouts. Definitely someone that's great out in transition.
Good length.
Dix, nice. Little right to left crossover, a little too hot to handle. That's out of bounds. Lockview ball. Brooke Sanford inbounds. To McFarland, nice bounce pass to 11. Phillips couldn't get it, and Downey controls the pace here for the Ospreys up the right side to Tolliver. Out to Colley, and that's,
Open look.
I thought that was in rhythm, but
Yeah, looked pretty.
yeah,
good
looked good.
take.
Looked good, yes.
The McFarland kid for Lockview has already had a couple of very nice, what could easily have been assist passes. They were nice finds.
Yeah, Osprey's got to find her early, as Tolliver does.
There's another nice feed.
And the Ralph twins connect for 2 points, and it's all tied up to start.
Nice find.
Ooh, nice little scoop by Peyton Phillips off the window for 2.
Nicely delivered by Mariah, nicely finished by Peyton.
Outside shot by Ralph, picked up by Colley. Nice bounce pass to Downey. Another bounce pass to Phillips.
Really nice.
Tic-tac-toe, and there you go, Bev.
Nice team play in transition that time, JT. Whoa.
And the Ospreys get caught celebrating.
You know my thing about defensive transition, though.
Oh, boy.
Got to do them both.
Yeah, that was like a scene in semi-pro when they just met in the middle and congratulated each other as the other team went down for 2 points.
It's a movie I haven't seen, but I'll take your word for it.
You know what, Bev? save your time. It's Will Ferrell.
I was going to say, I think that's Will Ferrell, right? No offense meant to Will, but
no,
I liked
it
some
could
of
have been
his work
better.
on
It
Saturday
could have
Night
been
Live,
better.
you know?
Yeah, it could have been better. There it is. Maddie Phillips back out to Emily Ralph, looking inside.
Tried to pass up through the hands, doesn't tend to work.
And blocked by Ralph. Dix picks it up to Downey from the outside. Back to Mariah Dix, going right. Nice floater. Good rebound by Peyton Phillips. And might have been a kick ball there.
Going to go the same way, I believe, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Peyton quite got the board cleanly handled kind of thing, but they'll retain possession.
Into the game for the Ospreys, Deandra Gibson, number 9. And don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
But we got a steal by Downey.
She should have been, well, I suppose because she dropped the ball. Mariah stepped in, but yeah, interesting.
Isabel Ralph. And then sister Emily Ralph with the miss. Downey with the rebound. Nice left side drive by Gibson. That's her game, Bev. Nice take by Deandra.
She actually lost balance on that, regained it, and made the hoop. So. But the defensive transition right now is Armbrae has to clean that up because it's not just that they're literally getting beat down the court for a layup.
Yeah, and it's led to 6 easy points for the Dragons. 8-6 to get started, and the Osprey coaching staff wants a little word, and I think they're going to suggest exactly what you noted.
My strong suspicion is that they're discussing precisely that factor right now, and particularly because if you think about it, although Lockview's looked okay in their quarter-court offense, they have not scored in their quarter-court offense really.
Correct.
And they're getting real easy stuff in transition. So.
Yeah, both sides seem to have the ball moving. Couple of heat checks to start. We'll see if they drop. But no, right away, I think this is going to be a fast-paced game, Bev.
Well, and the other thing that I've been pointing out that has become kind of a signature thing for the Armbrae kids, and they've already shown it a couple of times, is they're very active to the offensive glass. And even a couple of them where they got tipped almost lost, but they got it back because they're so active and so energetic to the offensive glass.
And we're seeing a little full court pressure by the Dragons.
Let's see what form it takes once it gets, looks like it's probably, yeah, it's player to player. Nice feet inside, got to get a little.
Downey going to her left. Nice dump off to Carly, can't get it. Phillips blocked by Ralph. And picked up at number 22, Sophie. There's Avery McFarland, little miscue.
Much better defensive transition that time, and because they had the good defensive transition, there was nothing easy, led to a turnover. That shot that Colley missed, by the way, that's one of the toughest finishes in basketball. No backboard, right in front, in traffic, over the rim. Percentages are actually quite low.
Nice pass.
Nicely done.
Gibson to Lucas. Nice connection there. Maddie Phillips, right to left. Blocked by Gibson.
Again, she's a loose ball gatherer, JT.
Oh, a little spin.
Predetermined that one a little bit. Lost the handle.
And McFarland. Back out. McFarland right to left. To Canondas. Phillips going left to the right. That's stopped by Colley.
That was good D. Got her off balance and, maintained discipline, didn't do any reaching, and forced a very tough attempt. Now, John, is that mean we've got 3.7? Is that what the...
That is correct, yeah.
Okay.
3.7, not
Yeah.
37 seconds on the shot clock. 3.7. Yeah. I'll gotta make sure we get the decimal
But now
point maybe for next year.
It's very interesting what happens when it comes on. It flicks through 14. Is that
Yes.
something to do with the program?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could confuse someone,
It,
you know.
it definitely has. It definitely has. Yes.
Good movement. Lockview in a 2-3 zone. Armbrae getting pretty good slash through it and getting fairly good penetration against it. And there's, again, loose ball inside. Teeny Beals picks it up, but we've got, once again, a little bit inattentive to the defensive transition. Take good D. Changed their
Another
mind.
miscue.
Oh.
That can't happen as Avery McFarland all the way.
What we've seen
End
thus
to
far, JT, I would say Avery McFarland is probably the prime creator for Lockview. She finished that one, but she's also given several teammates very good scoring opportunities with her passing, and she's the most active off the bounce as well for them.
Yeah, versatile player. She's grade 11 guard, 5'10".
That's Lauren Jeans, grade 9 kid coming in for one of the Ralphs, I believe, yeah. Good D. Active recovery into the passing lane.
And Mariah looking to skip it to Lucas for three. Off the back, good rebound by Colley. Back out to Brooke. Hey! And it takes two to make a thing go right.
And great example of what I was talking about earlier with the offensive, getting the second and third and fourth chances, and then finding teammates.
Yes. And there's Lauren Jeans, the grade 9 you spoke of, looking for that offense. Colley brings it up. Look into Teeny Beals, goes to her right, can't get the floater. Good pressure by
turnover.
Gibson,
Yeah.
and stolen by Lucas.
Nice find.
Nicely
beauty.
done. Oh.
Yeah, just
got a foul.
it's one of the parts of Deandra's game which, as she sort of matures in her game, she'll get. But she just angle-wise and distance-wise, she gets a little bit. She's not getting to where she needs to get on a lot of her layup attempts. As she makes that adjustment, learns how to do that, it's going to be a heck of a player.
It's definitely going to be trouble for the opposition.
She already is trouble
Yes.
for the opposition because she creates so much havoc. But she will become, once she gets efficient with her finishing, she's really going to go to another level.
Mariah Dix goes 1 of 2, showing pressure on McFarland. And we got Peyton Founds to Jeans, back to Founds for 3. Nice rebound by Teeny Beals, starting the break, kicks it out. And Mariah Dix with 2 with the left hand.
And again, that's one of Armbrae's strengths, is if you give them that opportunity to get offensive transition, they're very quick to exploit.
Well, it makes a difference when you rebound the basketball. You're not looking for a guard. You just get it up and go. And you got runners on the sidelines and rim running.
We've discussed this, but rebounding. It's underappreciated, and it's crucial. It's foundational to building a championship contender.
Got another grade 9, number 4, Josie Ludi coming into the game. Again, hopefully I'm getting the last names correct for the Lockview players. Teeny Beals
Nice
kicks
ball
it to
movement.
Mariah
Good
Dix.
luck.
Front rim, good tip by Gibson, inside to Colley, off the window.
I repeat,
32.
Gibson is a loose ball retriever.
Mariah looking out to Teeny Beals. A little bit of a rip, and that's a jump ball.
Okay.
Good effort. Good effort.
Into the game for the Ospreys.
And we got Maya King coming in for Brooke Lucas.
This is one of the great Lauren Jean, is it? Yeah.
Yes.
She actually has shown a couple of fairly smooth ball handling moves since she's been on the court.
Brooke Sanford for 2. Can't get it to go. Colley on the 2v1. DeBeals, and that's an easy 2.
And once the D was drawn to Natalia, you knew she would make the right decision, and Keeney closes it down.
Good defensive pressure by Maya King on number 4, Josie Ludi.
Back into the game for the Ospreys, number 3, Janae.
And Janaea Downey.
Oh, yeah, ill chosen. It wasn't there.
And Mariah Dix charges up. Hand off to Downey. Inside to Beals.
Yeah.
And nice little footwork by Beals. Showing the talented repertoire there.
Tough move that she made look very easy, actually.
Sanford stolen by Gibson. 30 on the clock. Downey at the top. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was actually impressive to get it off the face and still catch the ball.
Yes.
Yes. And there it is. Maya King ripping that ball. Can't get it. Jump ball. 10 seconds on the clock in the first quarter.
Back into the game for the Lockview Dragons, number 11, Maddie Phillips.
Eight seconds on the clock. Downey to Beals. Step back. Can't get it to go.
Okay.
And after the first quarter, 23 Ospreys, Dragons 8. This is senior night, celebrating all of our seniors, our one and only Amaya Tolliver. Has had a very impressive student-athlete career. 3 years here at Armbrae. Bev, definitely someone to look out for in the coming years. Is still deciding what the next step is. But there's there's definitely
no one's going to be
interest.
surprised when she'll show up somewhere in the AUS.
No, I don't think so.
And a strong student as well, I believe.
Yes. No, works very hard. Shout out to her parents, Finley and Cheyenne. They've raised a great role model for our young Ospreys here at Armbrae, and really going to miss her.
Well, Finn, her dad and I are close. She's got that strong Beachville roots.
Yes, that's right.
And her personhood and her career really exemplified that.
Yes.
Just good core, Came in, didn't have a lot of skills early when she arrived.
Yes,
here.
raw.
But has worked very hard, had the energy, the effort, the intelligent application kind of thing. And then she's just gotten consistently, steadily better each year, And I think she's not finished her development yet as far as her offensive skill work.
Yeah, not to plug Armbrae, but as you see in the back on the back wall, unleash your potential. And Maya, as you said, came in as a grade 10, not proven yet, but had the potential, and definitely has shown that potential. Looking forward to the next chapter in her development.
Many have potential, but the unleashing is the tough part.
Nice shot there. Number 2, Emily Ralph from the outside. Grade 11 student.
That one was solid. And I'm still sorting out the Ralphs, but at least one of them, it might have been Emily who just made it, but it has shown, she missed a couple early, but it looked pretty good on the take kind of thing.
Yes.
So, and that one was very solid.
Great
There's
take
Amaya,
off
nice
the
drive.
window. Colley with the put back.
Yeah, and Natalia tries to do that sort of without coming down. She'd be better off bring it down, particularly her because she's so deceptive and calm with the ball. Bring it down and read, pump fake a little bit, and she'll probably find a much better putback where she's biomechanically more prepared to finish it, That thing in the air is tough for anybody.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, yep, finds King. Goes right.
Didn't quite get the corner
No,
turn,
2.2, and that is Dragons ball.
That out of bounds, John, is something else that when I have my teams, I always say move again. That move again part is underappreciated.
Yes.
Because most out of bounds plays are reasonably easily defended on the first move. It's the secondary and tertiary stuff where you can lose a defender.
Well, sometimes you have the read, as they've read the play, but now you got to react.
Indeed.
Number 15 for Lockview,
And Avery McFarland picks up the foul.
Number 3,
And Janaea Downey, the grade 10, heads to the charity stripe.
The other part of it is on the out of bounds plays in particular, what each offensive player and including the inbounder, but the kids on the court is they have to read what the defensive read was.
Yes.
And then take advantage of that. They've got to read what was read, basically. And it's that secondary stuff that too often you'll see people stand. You only get 5.
Yeah.
Long.
And Downey, 1 of 2, misses the second.
Oh, a quick point I wanted to make, by the way, about the first quarter.
Outside shot by one of the Ralph sisters. King into Downey, back to Phillips. That extra pass, I like to see it.
That was a really good choice.
Almost a double team, but McFarland goes up the right side off the window, and I'll be out of bounds. Sorry, Bev, your points that you're looking to make?
The point I was going to make was after that timeout about defensive transition, Lockview either had no further or one further basket in that quarter. So great timeout, and the kids responded.
Downey setting the table for the Osprey offense. They look for that little high-low, gets Colley in the corner for 3. Looks good, but off the mark. And then this is our defensive transition, but luckily 2 Ospreys are back to stop Sanford. And we got a jump ball.
That's a very fortunate, from Lockview's point of view, that was a travel. Would you agree? Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, there's a couple too many steps there in the park, I like to say. Downey to Phillips. Again, looking inside to Tolliver. Nice jump stop. Right hand finish by Tolliver. And there you see it, Bev.
The development
the potential.
we were talking about. And the other point I want to make on that, the location of Peyton Phillips' delivery there was perfect. It was away from the D. The D couldn't get it. Amaya could, and it led her into the drop. But that she finished it as well as she did with that right hand, that's something that, again, I don't remember seeing in her first year.
And to give nice shot by Downey. Got to give credit to that. But a little shout out, with Amaya. I have to say that after grade 10, I think she really realized that she was falling in love with basketball, and then she actually had a great summer with her father, Finley, getting out, showing those extra reps, putting in the time, and dedicating herself. Where you saw her make a provincial team, Team Nova Scotia last summer, U17 starter, and again, just a great person and team member on the Ospreys.
Yeah, and speaking of citizenry, she is not as if she doesn't do a few other things out there too, right?
Right.
She's a pretty busy young woman with an array of activities she's involved with.
And 2 people doing great things for the Ospreys. Downey to Phillips. Pretty play there for 2 points. 31-12 Ospreys. Dragons going left. Looking inside. Nice backdoor cut by McFarland. But Downey did a good job getting a little tip off that.
The bounce pass there might have been able to get there. There are too many. The hands are going to be in that sort of chest level, shoulder level passing lane. You've got to go either pure lob, which is very, very rare, get on a seal, or most times go beneath the hands.
Nice read by Downey, faking the handoff. Phillips to Colley. Can she get it to go off the back iron? Nice rebound by Phillips. Needs to come down, get a little stronger with that, protect the basketball.
Got to gather and get a little wider when she comes down, then she'll be able to make that play.
And Sanford looks like she bought a ticket to Europe there with the Euro step.
Mm-hmm. Which I think I've told you. I call it the Glace Bay because Keith Thunman was doing it long before Canada discovered that Europe played basketball.
And Amaya Tolliver getting it going on senior night with the and one special. Heads to the charity stripe for one more for her point total.
That was, again, a very strong, smooth finish in traffic, yeah?
Did she use the North Sydney, Beth? You saw on the other end Sanford with the Glace Bay. Did she use the North Sydney?
I don't know. Because I do know some players came out of North Sydney as well. Sydney Mines more.
Sydney
actually,
Mines,
yeah.
there we go. Yeah, I actually definitely at Cape Breton's going to get mad at me for mentioning, not mentioning Sydney Mines. And Colley grabs it by Ralph, going right, finds Gibson, loses the handle. Tolliver at the top. Lucas. And nice floater there by Brooke Lucas for two.
I've noticed the last few games, Brooke Lucas has become quite efficient offensively.
I agree.
You know?
Yes.
She just comes in quietly, always active off the ball, does great stuff, but she's starting to really be efficient with what she does when she gets the ball.
Yeah, she's definitely a spark off the bench for the Ospreys. Defensively, a terror. Fortunately, in that last play, just used both hands to try to terrorize the Dragons, which is not allowed. Not allowed. Triple handoff, number 12 here going right.
Good
Outside shots by Katunas. Tolliver to Colley.
Nice.
Inside to Tolliver, and 2 more points for the senior night, Amaya Tolliver. Good job by Teeny Beals. Ralph up at the top, number 4 for 3. Lundy picked up by Ralph. And Ava Manley.
Grade 9. Their grade 9s actually are each, for grade 9s, they're doing pretty solid basketball things.
Well, it's good to see.
There's another one by Amaya.
Amaya Tolliver continues to impress on her night. But no, shout out to the Lockview Dragons coaching staff. We got great young female head coach Hannah Cahill, which love to see, and you have Sean Hanlon, who's no stranger to the Thunder Fall River basketball community. Sean Hanlon does great job. Always a friendly face to see in the gym to talk hoops to. As Teeny Beals going,
and that's
all the way.
The pick she almost had up here on the last foul is it didn't come free, and she shouldn't back off instantly and heard the whistle. But on that one, the ball sprung free instantly. Nice find.
Nice pass. Gibson to Dix. Can't get it, but Lucas, there she is.
Yep.
Tolliver inside. Mariah Dix up, can't get it, but Gibson is the quicker picker-upper.
There she is.
For 2.
I think both Gibson and Brooke Lucas are a really good retriever of loose basketballs. They just innately do that.
That looked like a transition drill. Nice look.
One.
But off the mark by Lucas. And McFarland again charging up for the Dragons. Unfortunate for Ralph, but I like the look.
Not a bad attempt at a reverse layup.
Timeout for the Lockview
And we got a timeout for the Lockview Dragons, announced by the voice of the Ospreys, Wyatt Clark. At the scores table, Wyatt Clark, grade 11 student. The last 3 years, he has been the voice on the mic, announcing the games. Does a fantastic job. Can't say enough of how great Wyatt Clark is for our Armbrae school and basketball community.
And, you know, it's another part of basketball culture that I've noticed over the decades. Many schools have a Wyatt Clark, right? They have that kid. He doesn't play,
right?
But he or she is really engaged with and by the game. And it's very interesting how many of those kids go on to have really amazing careers in a whole array of stuff. Some of them involved with sport, you know, but many of them get into the professions. There's something about doing that, you know, that just the citizens who emerge are pretty impressive young people.
Well, I gotta pump his tires a little more. Wyatt Clark, he's an excellent debater. He's actually going to World Championship for the debate team. He plays hockey, plays soccer, could run track if he had time. I couldn't convince him to pick up basketball, but he doesn't have time for it. He's super busy being the voice of the Ospreys.
Yeah, he stays pretty active when he's doing this.
He definitely does, that's for sure. Nice block by
I think
Brooke
Satchel
Lucas.
Page's, one of his 6 rules for staying young is keep jangling. Wyatt keeps jangling, you know. And by the way, medically, everything that Satchel Page said has turned out to be accurate.
And we've got a look there at grade 9, Josie Ludi with a nice mid-range jumper off the pump fake.
Now,
Gibson.
The idea there was good, but the location, if she had just put that slightly further on the baseline side, then it's going to be a much easier receipt and different results would follow.
Josie Ludi bringing it up, goes left, finds Ralph. Isabel Ralph inside Cantundas. Sophie Cantundas, grade 10, can't get it. Teeny Beals, grade 11, going right off the mark, and we'll get the harm and head to the charity stripe.
And again, once Teeny hit roughly foul line, just a step above the foul line, you could tell the lane was there. She was going to accelerate, find it, and was going to get there. And then it's a question of whether she makes, they foul, whatever.
Teeny Beals hits the first. And makes the second. Got a good crowd here, Bev, considering we only got one bridge that is open.
Yeah, not only that, but everything coming in tonight was, traffic gets affected by that, of course, and everything jams.
Maya Tolliver, right-hand pass to Beals, can't handle it. Got a 3v2 here. Sophie Katunda's off the window, can't get it. And there's Gibson for the rebound. Left-hand pass, nice catch by Beals.
Oh.
And a little spin.
When Teeny does stay down and make that spin under control, it's a powerful move, Unfortunately, they just turned the ball over, so. But the acceleration and the power when she stays down on that is smooth, Quite frequently, the defense will foul that as well, right? They didn't on that one. They kind of cleanly knocked it away.
Manley with the pass inside, picked up by Beals. Euro step, can't get it. Sorry, the Glace Bay step.
The Glace Bay.
Can't get it. But stolen by Tolliver. Goes left, out to Gibson. And we got 3 in the key for the Ospreys.
Now on the when she made the move and then take it, remember what I said earlier about just that being right in front of the rim in traffic and trying to softly get it over? That was a good example of how difficult it is to make that shot.
Josie Ludi there to Lauren Jeans. Back to Ludi. Almost stolen. But that's stolen by Tolliver. Got a 2v1 if we hustle. Yes, we do. Gibson back to Dix, but picked off by Manley. And back and forth here with 53 seconds left to the half. Tolliver to Dix. Phillips looking for that post up, but now she'll rise for the ball screen.
There it is.
A little double drag ball screen there.
Fouls on number 22 for Lockview, Sophie Phillips. That'll bring number 4, Ryan Dix, to the line, shooting 2.
Dragons in the penalty there, 5 fouls. And Mariah makes the first.
Not quite enough. All right.
Oh. Poor Manley there got hit in the face, going for that rebound by accident. And Ludi charges up the left side, kicks it out. Sophie stolen by Teeny Beals, going left to right, back to her left. Can't get it.
Rebound.
Gibson to Tolliver for 3. Yep. Yes, she does. Downtown, Amaya Tolliver. All the way from Beachville, Bev.
There you go.
Nice skip. Ralph for 3, trying to answer. Manley. And
well done.
That's
well
a
done.
nice play by Ava Manley at the buzzer.
You see what I'm saying about these grade 9s, though, for Lockview?
Absolutely.
Each one of them has shown nice basketball presence, you know, and a developing skill set, but not bad. The biggest factor, I'd say, in the half so far, I mean, signature in a way, Armbrae typically will start games quick, right? And they can get out on you pretty quick. But the biggest factor I would say is that Lockview is being stymied when in their sort of offensive end against the quick feet and hands of Armbrae. A lot of great gap shooting. Sometimes the hands, in terms of just literally taking it from the player they're guarding, sort of a big part of Armbrae's game as they're playing against the more experienced teams. With the developed talent and so on, that tends to hurt them sometimes, the hand stuff, because they'll get called for reaching. But against younger and inexperienced teams, they can get away with the hands, and the feet are always pretty good. They're always great gap shooters, etc. And if you think about that first quarter when Lockview was trying to play offense, whenever they tried to make anything penetrating or any cross-court variety, it typically got picked off. Or at the very least touched and deflected by an Armbrae kid, which puts Armbrae in offensive transition, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah, it was good half, Bev. Lots of back and forth action, and I agree with you. The Lockview Dragons, you know, and when you got good investment in terms of the coaching staff, and you have a young crop. Looking forward to seeing how that team develops over the years. They try to move up the ranks in Division 1. Again, you look at Dartmouth High. They have some young talent too. So you know, with Halifax West, with a very veteran savvy group, lots of grade 12s moving on. Next year could provide quite the shakeup in terms of the powers to be in the Metro
League. I think
League.
it's really, I've said to people, Nova Scotia high school girls basketball this year, if you remove Halifax West from the equation, is a year of very young basketball teams.
Yes, you're right.
Most of even the teams that are challenging Halifax West are, most of them, pretty much genuinely young teams, right?
Yes.
And then and again, credit to the coaching staff for Lockview, they were sort of down fairly, the gap widened pretty quickly, many coaches would get conservative and go with, got to go with the veteran stuff. They're getting these grade 9 kids out on the court against very quick, very, a really aggressive defensive team, and they're having this experience this point in their career. That can only, bring benefits down the line, probably beginning immediately next year.
Right. Correct. Well, Bev, we'll take a little halftime break. It is senior night honoring the one and only Maya Tolliver, Armbrae, Osprey, and the Ospreys are up 49-20 on the Dragons, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
And another shout out to Okay, welcome back to Armbrae Academy Gymnasium. We have a 49-20 halftime lead for Armbrae. And let's see, pretty much I think the original starting five for Lockview and also for Armbrae. So the five who started the game are now starting the third quarter for both teams. Got Mariah Dix over to Janaea. 3 in and out. Rebound to McFarland. End to end. And gets herself under control. A little crossover and finishes. Natalia Colley brings it up. Peyton Phillips high-low into Amaya Tolliver. Little strong off the glass. Here comes Lockview, McFarland. Nice find cross court. And one of the Ralph twins, Emily, misses, gets her own back. Tipped, loose. Janai looks for Colley but doesn't have it. Wisely chooses not to try to pass it up in that one. And nice kick. Pass. And the three. Good action there. Downey to Colley and then out to Amaya for the three. In rhythm and within the flow of the team O. 52-22 now for Armbrae. Here comes Colley, guarded by McFarland. Got the answer. There's the high-low again. Nice find on the backdoor cut, baseline backdoor cut. And Amaya finds Mariah Dix on the nice team action there. McFarland. Lockview would be advised to get it out of that corner, which they did. Rebound to Armbrae. Tolliver brings it up. Downey is surveying and shoots it in rhythm, pull up from the foul line. 56-22 Armbrae. Whoa, just mishandled that. Ralph was looking to advance the ball and just the ball got away from her. And I think we're rejoined by our play-by-play guy.
Yes, all right, we're back. Lots going on here on senior night, Bev.
No doubt.
No doubt about it.
And
56-22.
I'm not joking when I call you the hardest working man in basketball showbiz.
You
have a lot of tasks, my friend.
I appreciate that. And McFarland scooped up by senior Tolliver. Maya Tolliver kicks it to Mariah Dix.
Long three off the rim.
Nice rebound by Peyton Phillips. Increases the Osprey lead, 58-22. Stolen by Mariah Dix. To Colley. Stops, pops. Doesn't drop.
Drifted ahead a little bit, which is why she missed long.
Nice pass. Oh,
good idea, but good defensive recovery by McFarland.
McFarland back and forth. She's got that speed to Ralph for three. Nice box out by Colley. Mishandles it. The Dragons all over it. And there is...
good action. Didn't quite get it.
Definitely like the hustle by the Ralph twins. Emily Ralph there.
Well, you know, the other factor, John, I was thinking with regard to Lockview, we were talking about the grade 9s, but, you know, these three, the Ralphs and McFarland are all grade 11. So, I mean, this team is, you know, they were competitive against several of the very best teams in the Metro League this year. And they do have a lot of their key kids coming back, and these grade 9 kids, if they've been getting this kind of experience throughout the season, it bodes very well, depending on what they all do this summer to get better. But, you know, it bodes well for Lockview's program.
I agree. Good kick out. Manley is shown well here. Great charge on the right side. Fouled on the floor.
Well, in a way, that player is a great example because Ludi is a grade 9. Manley's a grade 9. Ludi, left-handed, handled it very smoothly, made the nice pass to Manley, which gave her that drive lane. You know, that's two grade 9s playing, you know, it's simple looking. It's nothing complicated, but they're playing good basketball.
And another piece to the Dragons too. I believe number 11, Kala Angel, is on the bench, sitting out, but she normally starts for the Dragons as well. Point guard, 5'8", in grade 11.
Okay. Well, once again, the future could be very interesting.
Nice rebound there by Beals. Right to left, going middle to Maya King. Back to Beals.
Whoa.
Nice catch, but gobbled up there by McFarland, and unfortunate foul by Downey.
Yeah, the location of the pass into traffic just kind of, threw her off.
So these two teams met in the second week of high school Metro action, and the Dragons kept it extremely close in their home gym. The Ospreys only walked away, I think, with a 12-point victory.
Okay.
They've stepped it up here tonight on senior night for Tolliver. Downey to Gibson. Gibson.
Well, and they did, again, what young teams frequently have to learn, but they did it, is don't let this be close. Let's just get out, take care of business.
Yes.
And good take.
Rebound by Manley. To Lundy. Josie Ludi. The shot, rebound by Gibson.
Nice.
pass.
Starts the break.
Downey inside. Nice inside right hand.
When you can get that D board and your outlet pass essentially takes the kid over center, you're creating some real good offensive transition opportunities for your team.
Farland
Nice
out
kick.
to Ralph. 3-point shot. Tolliver with the rebound. Tolliver adds to the stat sheet. Nice find to Beals. Looking for King for the post up. Gets Maya King. Goes with the left hand off the window.
Well done.
There we go. I think she might have stole that from her mother there, Janice King.
Her mom is certainly one of the better women's basketball players that's come out of Nova Scotia, probably.
Nice pass by Gibson. Maya King to Downey.
Oh.
Back to King. Can't get it to go. Gibson to Downey.
Yeah.
Into Beals, and there it is. Downey to Beals.
Part of Downey's game, she's consistently very unselfish and very willing to find teammates, which I think is part of why they're very willing to find her on that kick out for the open threes, which she's pretty adept at knocking down.
Nice charge up the floor. Beals, and we get a time out. Lockview as Coach Cahill wants to talk it over to her young Dragons.
Yeah, again, the key, if you let Armbrae get into transition consistently, you are going to be in trouble. So probably wants to talk about the pace, maybe the way they attack at the offensive end, might make some adjustments, be a little bit more patient, a little bit more movement before the shot goes up. Not getting a real high percentage of makes. Armbrae very good on both ends boards right now. And if you can do stuff on offense to keep them out of transition, this will pay off over the 40.
Yeah, the Dragons. Again, we've talked about the potential of this group. Have to say, on the other side with the Ospreys, as this season has continued to go. That chemistry is starting to really flourish.
Again, I think one of the next steps they have to do is be a slightly more disciplined with their defense against the best teams, and I don't think they've quite figured out yet how to close a close game. Against a really strong opponent. If they figure that out before this season's over, the playoffs could be very interesting.
Manley charges on the right side. Gibson with another rebound. And nice pass to Maya King. Tipped by Ralph and out of bounds.
Because the action in that transition is that's very typical of how they move. They're very willing to advance the ball. They're getting better and better at making a decision. Is it there yet? And not throwing passes away when it's not in transition. And the finishing is, I think, still a work in progress. The offensive rebounding is as good as anybody. And the defensive rebound is getting better.
Lucas handles it to King in the corner for 3. Thought Gibson was going to grab that. Ludi on the right side, right to left. Finds Ralph.
Yeah, if you
Avery
watch
McFarland.
well done. If you look at that possession, it suggests that indeed what we were suspecting they might be talking about in their timeout is probably what they were talking about, because that was a patient possession. They got 3, I think, ball reversals out of that. Eventually opened up the lane for McFarland, and comes away with a 2 and maybe 3. Violation will be called.
Yep.
Is that Todd? Yeah, that's Todd Skier, yeah?
Todd Skier and Tina Skier.
Because when I looked down early back too, I thought it was Wendell for a minute. But I thought, no.
No, it is the Skier duo.
Yep.
And that is 2 points for Beals. Nice pass by Phillips.
Again, very quickly, smoothly executed.
And stolen again by Teeny Beals. Oh, behind the back pass to Gibson. Wasn't ready for it. Like the show time.
And
the right read, too,
well,
if it was on target.
You can go behind, but you've got to take a little bit off. The velocity of the pass was a little bit much. But, yeah, it's not an unacceptable pass if you can deliver it.
A pass there from Ralph to Lundy off the rim.
Nice
McFarland again continues to impress.
McFarland's activity is very good for Lockview. She's been very consistent.
Lucas right to left. Teeny Beals to Lucas. Hey, and that is a little and one mixtape there.
Remember
for Brooke Lucas.
Talking about her efficiency. We don't have a shot chart. I think she's 5 for 6 from the floor. That's efficient.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And if she isn't 5 for 6, it's like 5 for 7. I mean, she's in that vicinity.
What I like from the Ospreys, they're getting good ball reversal. It's getting left to right. Making the extra pass, and good opportunities come from that.
Yeah, and that's another area where the quarter-court offense against good D, if they can up that in the playoffs, then again that's going to be an important factor.
Brooke Lucas keeps it rolling.
The old boards.
There it is. Lucas on Ralph. Dribble handoff to Manley and almost poked.
Yeah. The dribble handoff that low on that wing against Armbrae, not well advised. They're going to switch it and jump you, right? So,
Over back, Ospreys possession.
Again, got to give it to the Dragons too, as we get look at 4 new Dragons coming in. As they're mixing up the lines.
Well, they're getting their kids a chance to play,
Yep.
basically.
Back door. Maya King off the window, and another and one opportunity for Maya King.
A very difficult find. I mean, that was difficult to deliver that with touch, which she did. And then Maya adjusted. That's a very solid reverse layup, under control. Took her time.
Beals with the rebound. And the Dragons with 1:05 left in the third quarter.
Last minute play in the third quarter.
Off the window. Beals with the
Board,
rebound.
outlet.
To Maya King. To Lucas. Good patience.
Yeah, well
nice
done.
extra pass.
Oh,
Phillips. Just a little too much off that window.
Peyton, if she takes a half count longer, is on the verge of becoming a very solid offensive player.
I agree.
I just see her, I think it's a confidence thing, but she rushes herself just half a count. If she'll just take that extra little count, be in balance and rhythm, she's very capable now of knocking those down consistently.
Ralph inbounds.
Whoa,
Oh,
long three.
that was long.
No, maybe
Looked
too
good.
long.
And we got 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Beals setting up shop for the Ospreys. Going right, nice ball screen by
High
Peyton
ball
Phillips. Little midi,
Boom.
and that is pretty smooth. And I like the acknowledgement, too, from Beals to Phillips on
Yep.
that ball screen, which
Yep.
sometimes doesn't get noticed.
She knows the screen gave her the look, right? So
And Beals, another 2 points off the assist from Lucas.
and yeah, like they're fortunate to get that call. Actually, one of the things that again Lockview got a lot of young kids. You've got to read the defender. The pass is yes, it's to your teammate, but it's really away from where the defender can step in and pick it off.
Another deep three,
Well,
step
clock.
back.
That was about clock. Yeah.
And 3 quarters are finished as the Ospreys have commanding lead over the Dragons. We got 10 minutes left of regulation as we celebrate Amaya Tolliver's senior night at the Osprey Nest. Shout out to all the Osprey fans and Dragon fans that made their way, one bridge and all, to come all the way to Armbrae Academy tonight. Bev, who have you seen that is that you've liked tonight? Who's
Sorry,
impressed?
I'm having trouble hearing you, John. What?
Yeah, no, Wyatt Clark is rocking the mic. Yes.
Wyatt can rock. He rocks.
Yeah, no. Who individually have you? Who's impressed? Who's impressed?
Well,
on it?
again, I've commented about Brooke, Lucas being very efficient and so on. But in fact, can you think of anyone who's wearing an Armbrae uniform tonight who hasn't been pretty impressive?
Correct.
You know, I mean, they're playing it's a clean kind of offensive game they're playing as a team. There've been a lot of really late, pass, and then a very late, absolutely properly read little further dish to a teammate for an even better shot. They're taking their opponent seriously. They're playing hard, and they're playing very, very good offensive basketball in terms of sharing the basketball.
Downey to Colley. I like that little pump fake, and that is that little clutch there.
She's smooth.
Very smooth off the window, nice and strong.
Mariah, be good to get the ball moving. There we go.
It is. Downey stops, pops from 3, and front iron picked up by Sanford.
Yeah. Once again, you got to read the defender.
Gaps, yeah. Dix there swings it to Colley. Colley waiting for that ball screen from Tolliver. Double ball screen there. Nice pass to Dix. And Sanford picks that up. Nice pass there to Looney. Stops, pops from 3, and she shows her range there.
Yep, she adjusted the range a little bit and showed us that she can knock it down.
3 times is the charm. There we go.
And again, she's another of their grade 9s, right? So.
Well, she shot the first 2 with confidence, just not enough strength there, and then she knocks down the 3rd. Tolliver.
Nice rip and go.
There it is. Maya Tolliver, all smiles. playing in her final regular season home game as the Ospreys, as it looks, will probably host the first their first round.
I would
as
think,
it looks
right?
in the rankings
the way
there.
I looked at the rankings,
Yeah, they're
a
looking
week
at
or
either
so
third
ago.
or fourth. So they'll play probably the fifth seed, unless as they will most likely get the bye. As Tier 2 and Tier 1, the 5th and 6th seed in Tier 1 will join into Tier 2 rankings as Tier 2 teams have that chance to move up.
The only team I think that was threatening their sort of thing in the top 4 would have been Citadel. But
Yes.
I think.
And Janaea Downey splits the defense. And Brooke Lucas grabs a rebound, goes baseline, and that's a foul. With 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Foul on number 6, Lauren Jeans for Lockview.
On that one, the foul is kind of unnecessary because you defended the kid. You've got her behind the backboard. It's up to her now to figure out how to escape. To foul at that point is you kind of defeating your own purpose. But it happens fairly frequently.
Nice slip there by Tolliver.
Got herself a little too far under.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
It's one thing in Gibson's game that although she's left-handed, she does a great job just keeping a dribble on the baseline and finding that outside shooter.
Yeah, she's a good passer.
She is, yes.
You know, well, that one she should probably have gone under, but I mean, she sees her teammates very well. And again, the parts I've already said, the parts of her game that I don't think it's an if, I think it's a when she gets more solid with the finishing and begins to develop her sort of range a bit. She's going to be very, very tough player. She's already very tough.
And we got Sanford taking the ball out to Emily Ralph. Finds her teammate, Penelope McIsaac, who's into the game for the first time. Another long three-point shot by Lauren Jeans. Apologies, I think I got that name wrong in the last couple of calls, but I guess I didn't have to point out my mistakes.
Oh, double dribble.
Double dribble there by Maya King.
If she hadn't sort of fessed up body language, I'm not sure we were going to hear a whistle there.
Right, yeah.
That was a late whistle.
Well, I swear that's how the NBA players get it done.
Yeah, well.
They just confidently double dribble or take 3 or 4 extra steps.
Well, there's another fact in the NBA. They're aware of their paycheck and they're aware of the amount of the ref's paycheck.
Right.
And do not recognize that that's a factor.
Have to say, even though there is a big lead, I like the experiment here with a bigger lineup for the Ospreys. Letting Gibson handle the rock a little bit.
Well, they've been
Beals.
They've been going to that high-low a lot more recent, and it's been very effective for them.
Yes.
Because both both Amaya and Peyton are pretty good passers, and then Teeny, although she's more of a perimeter player, brings size as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brings length, and Gibson. I don't know what her head height is, but she's got great wingspan and her quickness. So they can cover some ground.
No, they're boats. Gibson's probably around 5'9".
Yeah.
Beal's about 5'10", and then Tolliver and Phillips definitely in 6 foot. But they're showing their all-around skill.
The other thing,
She still got it, and inside to Peyton Phillips. Oh boy, a little hot potato action to Gibson.
Yeah.
She'll calm it down for 3. King, yes.
that wasn't quite as.
There we go.
Remember in their last game against the West, there was that one sequence which went on longer than that, where it was literally loose ball, bodies
Yes.
diving, whatever. I mean, it was.
It was a back and forth action. West and Ospreys the other night, and it was a close game, 3-point game. Then Ava McNutt hits the 3-point and one.
Ava McNutt had a great game,
oh my
and
goodness.
when she hit that one, it was. But or was it Parker who had the big 3 late?
It was
McNutt had a
it
great
was
game
McNutt.
for
Yeah,
sure.
it was McNutt.
But anyway,
Yes.
that game was played as hard defensively, and loose ball, getting after it by both teams
Yes.
as any game I've seen all season.
It's Oliver bringing it up. There it is, looking inside to Beals, and that's a nice little scoop-a-loop from Teeny Beals.
You were talking about the size in the lineup. I mean, she can post people up too, right? And as can Gibson. I mean, it's if you can post up 4 of the kids you got on the court, that becomes a matchup problem for the other team.
And then with this lineup, right, going a little bit smaller, a little more guard heavy, but it just shows the versatility that the Ospreys can put out on the floor.
Well, and also I think as they're approaching playoffs, my guess is that Coach Slaughter-Wright is doing a little bit of experimentation, for different time score situations, etc. Right? And matchups. There's Brooke again.
Lucas charging up off the window.
Got
Can't
herself
get it
too
to
far
go.
under on that one.
Yep. All right, Oliver, right side,
She'll find
finds Lucas.
Well, my efficiency comment is kind of but I stand by my earlier observation
Yes,
at that point.
I agree.
By the way,
I agree.
to finish that one where she did get, too far under, what she didn't do was downshift sort of around the foul line area or step inside and get her momentum shift so she can go up instead of forward. And that's why, and then she just, it becomes, and it's a very common error I see kids make. Just downshift, get yourself under control and prepare to go upward. And then you can put the ball softly up off the glass. That's kind of an idea. We'll, I think, literally call these things, well, let's see what what can happen with this. But you would have had to take something off the velocity to make it more catchable.
Farland,
Whoa.
No, and that is not what we want to see. Not at all.
Both of them
Yeah.
were making a good basketball play. And the problem was they were coming from 2 different directions.
Yeah, I think Collie might have a little bit of
I think it was a
blood there. Yes.
head to face or
Yeah.
head to head. Yeah,
Yeah.
nose. Pretty much,
boy.
I think, bloody nose.
Yeah, we got the young physiotherapist, complimentary of Excel Physiotherapy,
Okay.
will be attending to
the
Tally
thing-
Collie, but yeah, hopefully.
Well, and the other problem with the collision of that sort is you worry about potential concussion.
That's
Obviously.
right. Yeah. But shout out to Osprey father Freddie Dix right there cleaning it up, and hopefully Natalia Collie is okay.
Yeah, and as I've talked about how tripping kind of is almost always inadvertent in basketball. That was 2 kids making the correct defensive basketball play, and the physics defeated them because they were both going from 2 different directions, and they ended up head to head. Both of them concentrating on the ball, obviously.
What was very strange of that play, and I don't talk about my former playing days often, but that actually happened that was my last regular season game against QEH. 3-head collision. I
Ooh.
got cracked. I think it was Kevin Reardon. Me and Kevin and Dave Smith were hanging out together at the QE2. It was not a pretty sight.
How many of you ended up with concussions?
And you know what though? We didn't get tested.
Or did you even know?
We
what,
didn't
what
even
year
know.
Would that have
We
been?
didn't know. I was in grade 12, GC major myself. Yeah, that would have been in 2002.
Yeah, they
And
probably didn't even think to check.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
me. Yeah, there was 2 PA players and 1 QEH player. Kevin Reardon. He talked to us until he found out that we beat them by 2, and he didn't talk to us for the rest of the night.
Yeah, of course not. No, I mean, as a coach, obviously, I've witnessed several. And when I played, of course, no one would have thought of concussion. My guess is I may have suffered 1 or 2, but most of us probably did.
Yeah, no, you kind of wish you had the concussion check as you do now.
That one difficult. If you're going to get it caught, you've got to take something off it. Too much velocity in that situation.
Yeah,
Nice.
McFarland, nice take.
Wound her way through there.
Yeah, almost got it to go.
Yeah.
Brooke Lucas into Beals. 3:15 left on the clock. They're looking for Tolliver.
Yeah.
And
had to find her on the other hand for
wrong sport there with the kicking here.
Yeah.
It is football and it is out of bounds. Going to the Ospreys. Downey inside to Gibson. And we got another jump ball.
Yeah, one of the things with passing, when I teach kids to talk about the anatomy of a well-thrown pass is location, touch, timing, and consequence. And that fourth one almost no one seems to kind of focus enough on. But location, touch, and timing are important, and the touch part is often a factor. You can locate it, you can throw it at the right time, but if you throw it with too much or too little velocity, that was perfect.
Nice pass by Gibson to Lucas, and Lucas gets back into the efficiency column.
And we were talking about Gibson's passing, and that was well delivered.
And it's about 2:36 left on that clock as senior night for Amaya Tolliver. Amaya gets subbed out to a round of applause from the crowd. Grade 12, Amaya Tolliver.
Whoop. There she goes. Got the foul.
And by the looks of it, Natalia Colley smiling in the corner. And she's got some ice for, I think, her lip. And it looks like she's going to be okay.
Is her lip rather than her nose or her nose? It looks like her nose.
She is smiling and giggling, and that's good to see because that's.
I think with the amount of blood, my guess is nosebleed, just the way, But either way, like you say, that smile.
Yeah, we'll take it.
We'll
take it.
Get home and make sure, check yourself, kind of thing, the rest of the night to make sure, because sometimes you don't recognize it early, and then later on the symptoms can hit you. Let's hope not.
Well, in the final minutes, Bev, I have to be honest, it's gotten a little bit sloppy out there, but hopefully the last 2 minutes we calm it down.
Well, again,
movement.
both, I think the Lockview coaches have tried to get a lot of their younger kids out there for extended periods so that really from fairly early on, there were almost no segments. Here she goes again.
Good take.
There were almost no segments where there weren't at least 2 grade 9s on the court, right?
Right, yes. Yeah, and actually the Ospreys' only grade 9 player, Navy Provo. I don't think she was feeling well today.
I was wondering why.
She gave it the go in the warm-up, but decided not to play tonight. But she's normally definitely another spark off the bench for the Ospreys.
She's an unusually conscious grade 9 kid. I mean,
yes.
She makes very good decisions for a kid at that age and stage.
I agree. And Lucas off to Maya King. Goes to her right. Back to Lucas. Mid-range jumper. Avery McFarland to Manley. McFarland back out. And Manny Phillips gets fouled. She also is a senior. As Wyatt Clark made the announcement, recognized not only Amaya Toller from the Ospreys, but also the Dragons, Maddie Phillips and Brooke Sanford.
Yep.
Downey gobbles up the rebound. And we'll settle into something here for the Ospreys. Nice behind the back dribble. Looking for Gibson. Little get action there. And Teeny Beals.
That one, Janae made a good decision not to attempt to catch it.
Oh, nice pass. Beals to Downey.
Yep.
Can't get it to go.
Note that it was a bounce pass into traffic, which is good decision typically. And
Brooke
there's
Lucas, nice steal there.
Waits for her teammates.
Holds it. Looking to swing. Downey. And Beals,
with the board.
Another board. She's got to be in double digits in that stat category. Long three. And 17 seconds left.
So.
And number 22 for Lockview, Sophie Phillips, line, shooting 2.
So as you said, the last bit has been kind of sloppy on both sides because the margin.
Yes,
the margin
for
kicks
sure.
in.
For sure.
We can talk all we want about play the possession, not the score, but unfortunately humans showed up to play. And humans notice those things.
And Sophie gets 1 of 2. And it looks like the Ospreys will dribble out the clock as we conclude Amaya Tolliver's final regular season game for the Ospreys. 3 great years as a student athlete here. And there we go. Great standing ovation from the crowd as Amaya walked off as she subbed out at the 3-minute mark.
And had a good game.
Had a great game, yes. Well. Good to see Natalia Colley okay as she's icing her lip or nose. Ospreys take this one 90-39, and that will be the last regular season game. They'll head out to Sussex, New Brunswick, as they will take part in the 39th Dairytown Classic.
Yeah.
Yes, as they make their appearance there. Bev, I have to say I had to write the Declaration of Basketball Independence to try to get them into that tournament as we finally got them in as the 6th
Dairytown's
team.
Typically a great event
They were.
for
I
the
can't
kids.
wait. I think they're going to absolutely love it. I think it's a very well organized, tournament. There's going to be some great teams there representing the Atlantic provinces, but also Quebec. I think there's one team from Quebec, so that'll be a great tournament for them as they get ready for playoff action. As they are the 4th seed, they will probably get the bye, 3rd or 4th seed, and they'll await the 5th place team.
Yeah, and so now the way you've got a play-in game, then you've got that first round, then the second round.
Correct.
Would be, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much guaranteed to be a home team in that. Yeah, in that first game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that means I guess we might do this again.
Bev, I think you're getting the call, but
There you
thank
go.
you very much for all that you do to support our student athletes. Ben Greenlaw, it's always a pleasure to do the game with you, and we might be here for playoff action unless decide to be on that sideline screaming my head off. So
Yeah. And I'm not sure who's doing your role tomorrow, but I'm going to be back to watch you in a different role.
Yes.
Yeah, and that should be quite an encounter.
Senior night at the Osprey Nest as we honor 2 grade 12s. Nye Johnson and Jalen Berglund Simmons are 2 12s. We take on our crosstown rivals, Citadel Phoenix, and that should be a great one. You'll have Bev Greenlaw on the call, joined by, I think, Leslie States, I believe.
Okay.
To be continued.
Yeah.
To determine.
But anyway, that game will be a real good game. And it's, Nye and Jalen, I've known that happened fast. I've known them since they were they were single digit in age when I met them. So, it's, it is interesting. I always tell players, enjoy this and pay attention and appreciate the experience because it's going to go quick.
It does. It does. Well, there you have it.
Okay.
John Tramble, Bev Greenlaw signing off from the Osprey Nest. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Maritime Profiles providing that live stream. Steel Auto Group for sponsoring our Ospreys. Good night. Get home safe.
Alrighty. And